The road into Syria is through a mountain pass and it's largely empty. Just passing through the first Syrian checkpoint, but it's been completely abandoned and damaged. There's no one there. Here we have the formal Syrian border crossing. Picture of Bashar al-Assad on the right, his father Hafez on the left. No Syrian troop presence. That's it. Just one rebel saying you're welcome. No sign of the Syrian army. There's no passport or customs checks in the new Syria yet.
Welcome to Syria. Welcome.
شكرا كثير.
يا شباب خالص مشي.
Aside from the recent damage we can see to buildings here, there's a lot of decay and general deterioration. This was clearly a regime, a government that was crumbling from within well before the events of the past 2 weeks. There are army bases and checkpoints taken over by the rebels or left empty. Now we're just starting to see more signs of the collapse of the government military, the Syrian Arab army. Here's an abandoned tank. It's just been damaged. You can see there, completely on the center of the road, up on the barriers, and lots of damage to this army checkpoint. The collapse of regime forces becomes really obvious when you get to places like this checkpoint. Here are their uniforms, their boots. They've been cast off as quickly as they could, and they've left all their equipment and abandoned their posts. On the ground, there are spent shell casings, so clearly there was some kind of violence here, some kind of a fight, but it looks like most of the Syrian army have just left. They don't want to be seen in uniform. They don't want any association with the former regime. These places used to be key parts holding the Assad government in power, and now look at them, they're just abandoned, they've been trashed. It's astonishing to think that this state, this repressive regime that lasted for more than half a century, now looks like this, and it's vanished in less than 2 weeks. So here it is, posters of the president, formerly an untouchable figure, living a life of luxury, going to Europe, is now in tatters. This is very emblematic of the Assad regime. Approaching Damascus, people are still celebrating the regime's demise. So now we're seeing an old regime armoured vehicle full of people taking selfies. The rebels have locked down government buildings in the capital, but we are briefly allowed to go inside one. This is one of the Assad palaces, a big building on the outskirts of the city that overlooks the capital. It was meant to kind of symbolise the power and prestige of the Assad regime. Lots of grand touches, chandeliers everywhere, marble, ornate Syrian furniture. But in the days after Assad fell, ordinary Syrians came here and ransacked the place, took what they wanted, broke it, and burned this building. Windows smashed, furniture's been pulled out and pulled apart. So another grand bedroom. Also, the mattress has been stolen. This room also completely ransacked. Oh, have a look at this. This part of the building's been totally burnt. This would have been a dining hall or reception area. You can see all the chandeliers, the decorative ceiling. It's all been destroyed. Assad is gone and his regime lies in ashes.